really hard being the muse of the whole album.
What inspires me the most when I write music? Probably my ex-girlfriend.
The old Justin Bieber disappeared the moment Hailey Baldwin became his wife. The carefree, love-obsessed kid we once knew was gone, because the love of his life, Selena Gomez, was no longer part of his world. This is the story of Justin Bieber, a man who seemed like two completely different people in his two most important relationships. With Selena, he was the sweet, caring boyfriend everyone adored. With Hailey, he became colder, distant, and far less attentive. We want to explore why this happened, and how two people can experience the exact same person in completely different ways. In Justin's case, it's both cruel and, at the same time, heartbreakingly understandable. The bittersweet story begins during the Jelena era. Back in the 2010s, it wasn't just about Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, it was about a love story that defined an entire generation. Their relationship played out like a real-life rom-com. And why wouldn't it? Justin was the teenage heartthrob who ruled the charts with Baby, while Selena was the Disney princess from Wizards of Waverly Place. Even before they officially met, they were already speaking about each other in interviews.
Selena Gomez is cute. I don't really have a crush on her.
Then he was asked about Selena Gomez and he called you a cutie pie and said that you're amazing.
He's so cute!
When they finally did meet, sparks flew instantly. Suddenly, the world was obsessed with them, and these two young lovers became the center of pop culture.
Just happened to be at the same game you were at?
It was weird. You know, we were at a high school game and she's sweet. She's a sweetheart.
Here's the thing, Justin with Selena was different. It was new, it was fresh, and it was love in its purest, most romantic form. And Justin didn't exactly hide how deeply he felt about her. In 2011, he made one of the boldest romantic gestures ever. He rented out the entire Staples Center just so they could watch Titanic together in private. Who does that? That's next-level devotion. Sources said Justin wanted to create a grand, unforgettable moment for Selena, and she later admitted it was one of the sweetest things anyone had ever done for her. Moments like this proved how fully invested Justin was. And it wasn't just about the big gestures, he constantly showed her off. At the 2011 Vanity Fair Oscar party, their first red carpet together, Justin held her hand with this goofy grin, looking at her like she was his entire world. Even in paparazzi photos, their love was undeniable. There's a famous shot from a basketball game where Justin is whispering something in Selena's ear, and she bursts into unguarded laughter. That was Justin with Selena, young, head over heels in love, and honestly, a hopeless romantic in the best way possible. At that time, success didn't matter. The future didn't matter. All that mattered was each other. And like with all passionate love stories, when things got bad, they got really bad. But even through the chaos, Justin always treated Selena with a certain softness, something he's never really denied, even years later. Of course, their love story wasn't smooth. They broke up in 2012, got back together, then split again in 2014. It turned into this on-and-off roller coaster, messy, complicated, but impossible to walk away from.
We were on and off for years, and then we left on good terms. So I think it was just we needed time to grow for ourselves, and we were like, you know, maybe we'll come back together in the future.
Through it all, Justin's actions towards Selena carried an unmistakable undertone of care. In 2015, he was even caught serenading her at a Beverly Hills hotel bar with My Girl. Witnesses said he looked nervous, pouring his heart into every note like he was trying to win her back, while Selena sat there smiling and blushing, like he still had her heart. That same year, Justin admitted in an ID interview that he had messed up many times, which many took as confirmation that he had cheated, allegedly even with Hailey, the woman who would later become his wife. The trust between him and Selena was fragile, but he still called her his first real love. That's not something you say lightly. Justin never shied away from showing how much she meant to him. Songs from that era, What Do You Mean? And Where Are You Now? Were soaked with regret and longing, all directed at Selena. He was reckless, no doubt, but with her, he always circled back to a softer, almost protective side. Sure, their relationship was messy. They fought, loudly, often. But even in heartbreak, Justin spoke gently about Selena in interviews. He never weaponized the media against her. And let's be real, Jelena wasn't perfect. They were two teenagers living a life most adults only dream of, making mistakes, taking risks, and leaving scars. Justin, meanwhile, was spiraling. He was arrested for DUI in 2014, caught egging a neighbor's house, and fighting paparazzi. His life was chaos. And Selena, unfortunately, was dragged into that storm. Years later, In a 2020 NPR interview, she revealed that she felt she had suffered emotional abuse during that time, heavy words that added a darker layer to their story. Yet, interestingly, Justin never lashed out at her publicly. Even at his lowest, his way of reaching for her was through music. Take his track Mark My Words, which many believe was his plea for forgiveness. You can hear the vulnerability, the desperate attempt to hold on to the kindness he always had for her. And then came their 2017 reunion. Selena had just undergone a kidney transplant, and Justin was suddenly back in her life, biking to her house, bringing her coffee, and showing up when she needed him. TMZ reported they were even in couples therapy that year, partly because Hailey Baldwin was still in the picture. But still, Justin was open, honest, and willing to fight for Selena, even when it meant arguments. That's not the behavior of someone who had checked out. That's the behavior of a man who still believed she was worth the effort, and who still hoped for a future with her. By 2018, it was finally over for good. Selena was done, and Justin was left heartbroken. Their on-again, off-again roller coaster had reached the end of the track. They couldn't keep going, not without breaking each other. Even though it hurt to stay apart, the love story that had defined a generation had burnt out. Justin posted cryptic, heartbroken messages on Instagram. Insiders described him as a wreck without Selena. But here's the thing, even when Jelena crashed and burnt, his energy toward her was never cruel. Messy? Absolutely. Toxic at times? Without question. But beneath it all, Justin always treated Selena with a certain respect, even when he couldn't hold himself together. And then, almost overnight, a new Justin was born. In June 2018, fresh off his final breakup with Selena, Justin was suddenly back with Hailey Baldwin. They had dated briefly in 2015 and 2016, but this time, it wasn't casual, it was serious. Justin was exhausted from the chaos, and he thought marriage would save him. He believed it would make him stable, more responsible, and finally put an end to the mess. But he was wrong. By July, just 1 month after reuniting, Justin was engaged to Hailey. By September, they were married. No time to heal, no time to process. He treated marriage as closure, a way to force himself forward. Fans were stunned. It was a whirlwind, and it didn't feel like love, it felt like escape. And the Justin who emerged from this marriage? He wasn't the same man from the Jelena days. Not even close. The romance was gone. The grand gestures were gone. The Staples Center date night. The serenades. The goofy smiles at Selena? They didn't exist anymore. What Hailey got instead was a colder, wearier version of Justin. At times, almost detached. One infamous example came in 2020. Paparazzi caught Justin slamming a car door shut while Hailey was still halfway out. She was literally caught in the middle, and he shut her out without a second thought. For many fans, that moment summed it all up. With Selena, Justin had been tender, giving, and hopelessly romantic. With Hailey, the kindness was gone.
What up, Jay? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
Hailey brushed it off like nothing happened, but the internet didn't miss it. The way Justin shut that car door, it came off as rude, careless, and a total lack of attention toward her. Alone, it might have been dismissed as a small moment. But compared to how Justin acted with Selena, it felt like a complete vibe shift. With Selena, he was all about grand gestures, holding her hand, opening doors, being present every step of the way. Even the little things, like walking in and out of cars together, felt romantic and connected. With Hailey, though, it was different. Detached. Cold. A disregard that fans couldn't unseen. And it wasn't just that one moment. In 2020, cameras caught another uncomfortable scene. After Hailey beat Justin at an arcade game, instead of laughing it off, he yelled at her. Sure, it could have been playful, but it came across as loud, sharp, and mean-spirited. Meanwhile, Hailey stood there quietly, just taking it in. It was a far cry from the goofy, love-drunk Justin we saw during the Jelena years.
My score? Husband's score.
Baby, I wasn't trying!
And here's the thing. Justin would never have snapped at Selena like that. Sure, they argued, sometimes even loudly, but they kept those fights behind closed doors. In public, there was always affection, always unity. With Hailey, it's the opposite. Small moments keep piling up, painting a bigger picture. Justin with Hailey feels colder, less patient, less kind. Even their public appearances reflect it. Take the 2021 Met Gala. As they walked out, the crowd began chanting, Selena. Selena. Justin's face tightened with anger, Hailey looked visibly upset, and yet, he kept walking. No arm around her. No comfort. No reassurance. No support. It was a moment that spoke volumes. Oh, interview 8. It's already tough enough for Hailey, but what makes it worse is that Justin often isn't truly there for her. The contrast to his days with Selena is striking. Back in 2011, Justin would pull Selena close in crowded spaces, shielding her from the chaos, protecting her. With Hailey, he often looks distant, almost detached. Even Justin's social media tells the story. During the Jelena era, his posts about Selena read like love letters. In 2014, he shared a black and white picture of them together with the caption, "Our love is unconditional." It's not just great, it's dripping with affection. Even after breakups, he'd still like her posts, leave subtle comments, and keep the affection alive in quiet, public ways. Now compare that to the Hailey era. Sure, things started strong, like his 2018 engagement announcement, where he gushed, "Hailey, I am so in love with everything about you." It was sweet, romantic, and heartfelt. But over time, that passion seemed to fade. By 2023, his posts about her had become minimal. Even on their 5th anniversary, the photos were cute, but the captions felt more formal, more like they were celebrating a unit rather than a deeply personal love. And then came 2025. Justin began reposting memes that many fans believed were digs at Selena's engagement to Benny Blanco. Think about that, after years of marriage, he still had the energy to throw shade at Selena's happiness. Meanwhile, Hailey stayed silent, always the one absorbing the backlash. Her posts tell a different story. She consistently shares pictures of them together, celebrating him, calling him her everything. But Justin rarely matches that same energy, only stepping up when rumors get too loud to ignore. His music paints the clearest contrast of all. With Selena, the songs were raw, emotional, vulnerable, all about her. His 2015 album Purpose gave us heartbreak anthems like Love Yourself and Sorry, a mix of apologies and confessions. In a 2020 interview, Justin even admitted that his relationship with Selena had made him reckless, but it also shaped him. Purpose felt like he was bearing his soul, laying his emotions out for her. Then came Changes in 2020, his first album after marrying Hailey. It was meant to be a love letter to her, but critics didn't buy it. Songs like Intentions and Yummy were fun, yes, but surface level, missing the raw depth of his earlier work. Reviewers said it felt forced, almost like he was trying to convince himself that he was happy. Even in interviews, Justin spoke about how Hailey helped him focus on himself, but it never had the same passion, the same urgency, as when he sang about Selena. With Hailey, it seemed like he had found stability. With Selena, he had been swept away.
It's really hard being the muse of a whole album.
What inspires me the most when I write music? Probably my ex-girlfriend.
Justin's real muse disappeared, and with her, his inspiration hasn't been the same. In 2025, Selena dropped I Said I Love You First with Benny Blanco, while Justin was posting cryptic Instagram stories. Meanwhile, Hailey is at home with their child, but Justin isn't releasing music about her, about their family, or about how she's his world. The music has gone quiet, and that silence is telling. Public moments reveal even more about this shift. In 2012, Justin and Selena were at a Lakers game, laughing together, completely tuned into each other. Paparazzi caught them mid-kiss, locked in their own world. Fast forward to Justin with Hailey. They are spotted in LA, but he's walking ahead, head down, while she trails behind with a blank expression. No hand-holding, no glances back, just distance. Then came 2021, when a video leaked of Justin yelling at Hailey in Vegas. His arms were swinging, his voice loud, and his temper obvious. Hailey stayed calm, but the energy was harsh. Compare that to his fights with Selena, like their 2016 Instagram blowout over Sophia Richie. He vented online, not directly in her face. With Hailey, the frustration feels sharper, less filtered. So why do Justin's two most important relationships feel like night and day? Timing is a big part of it. With Selena,